I'm going to show you the memories first, and then we can kind of talk about everyone's background and how we came together. Let me see if I can get this up here. Photos, then we can definitely add that to the clip and make it bigger, because that was so much fun. It was so much fun to do. Matt, I think I saw you sharing some photos in the in some other groups too.
Yeah, I put some photos in the Denver Hack group.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to record this also because each one of you has a different skill set, and I want us to be able to kind of share with everyone. We created the ViceRoll.Casino, but for those that are going to be watching this at some point, they might not know anything about everyone's background. So does anyone want to hop on first and kind of share a little bit about how you came to Denver and what your experience was? Otherwise, I'm going to be the teacher and I'm going to volunteer you.
I'll do it. I feel like I have the easiest job out of all of it.
Okay,
So
great.
hey, my name is Fuad. I'm kind of native in Denver. I've been living here for 20 years, but this particular year was my first year attending ETH Denver. I myself, as a software developer, I work for an SEO company, but I focus on the front end development specifically for Web3. But I do more of a full stack for the web too. So this was a really interesting experience because I haven't built apps before, and this time it just happened to meet all of you guys and kind of like learn and participate and just hack our way through it. So that's kind of my experience in a nutshell. But yeah,
And
that's what I do.
it's really amazing while I was watching, because I was both a participant but also an observer, and I was watching you grow in this. You were asking questions. You were already technical in background, me not so much. But when you were going to those classes, that we went to at the college, and then you were kind of bringing Matt and myself in and saying this and this and this, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun to see all this. So, did you find that the classes really helped you?
Yeah, I actually thought that classes gave me enough context to have a somewhat more of an intelligent conversation with Tyler. Yeah, yeah, classes were helpful. I hope they do that again next year. But by the time next year rolls over, we're gonna have far stronger chops.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. And I think also for those that might be watching this, who are new to doing anything like this, the classes were really a great background for someone who has nothing, no background at all. So, Tyler, I know you're sick, but you have a phenomenal background too. Are you able to mention anything about your background at all? If you're you're saying eek. All right, I'm going to skip over you. You can type it out. Okay, type it out and I'll read it. While you're typing it out, I'm going to ask Clara to hop on. So that way it'll give you time to type, Tyler. Clara, why don't you share a little bit more about your background?
Hi everyone, I'm Clara. My background is lawyer, so I team up with Blockchain Legal Institute to provide legal consultancy in the blockchain field. I came to this event as like I got an invitation from the Matt that we're going to have the legal build house, and I was excited. So I came to EthDenver and team up with all the amazing guys. We built up this public goods gambling platform. I was in this whole team. I worked as the social networking business development colleague in this team, where I talked to different bounties, people who are in charge of the hackathon to show off our project. And I also edited our video for the hackathon.
Yeah, you were a phenomenal editor for sure. But you're a lot more than just a lawyer. I mean, you have traveled the world and gone to other hackathons and Bogota and other places. So how was this experience similar or different than some of the other hackathons that you've been at? Because you are a very experienced young woman.
So this hackathon, firstly, is very big. There are
Yeah.
like 250 projects submitted in this hackathon, and it is in the US. Also got a good supply for the hacker, like the snacks, coffee, like we got every day. And most important is like we got an amazing team this time, like to team up with you. And it's very fun, like different from my previous project.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was definitely a lot of fun. Yeah. So where do you think that you're going to be going next? Because I know you travel to different places.
So now I'm in Washington, D.C. Next destination is in New York.
Yeah, in New York, in New York. Stephen, I'm going to be asking you to also share your background as well. While I'm reading Tyler's information, if you want to, type any information into the chat, I'll also be able to read that. So, all right, so let's see what Tyler shared. Oh my gosh, my eyes and my glasses. Okay, so what Tyler shared, because I know he is as sick as a dog, as he says. He specializes in information security and software engineering. That's a mouthful. As such, he likes to work on interesting problems, which you actually did, because we definitely had some challenges that we had to work out and that improve your life. Okay, yep, for sure, as well as others, and to be able to fix. And one interesting problem that he worked on is making. Oh, this is Stephen? This is Stephen I'm reading. Oh, Stephen, thank you, thank you. I'm reading Stephen's, not Tyler's. My mistake, guys. Okay, so Stephen specializes in information security and software engineering. As such, I like to work on interesting problems that improve my life, as well as others that may not be able to fix themselves. One such interesting problem that I worked on is making my power wheelchair semi-autonomous. And this little project seemed insignificant at the time, but it turned out to have far-reaching possibilities in technology. And it's helped me to find that I have a passion and a desire to help secure medical devices. This is awesome. Okay, this is research that opened many doors for me in multiple areas, like information security, medical device hacking, and helping me earn presenting spots in globally recognized conferences. Before graduating from university, my project was turned into an open source framework to work with a closed and proprietary protocol, RNet, that earned international recognition. That's awesome. That is just phenomenal, just phenomenal. All right, let me scroll on up. Let me see. Okay, so Tyler is still typing. Sans, would you like to share?
Yes, as long as my picture being off isn't a problem. Because again, my
Never a
phone is
problem.
bright right now.
Never a problem.
Okay. So I am self-taught blockchain educator. I came in space late 2016, 2017, around the ICO time. At that time, it was like the Wild West. Basically, a lot of the projects that are out now were just coming out. And if you were just a regular person off the street, you could, take your shot at investing. So through some gambles, I eventually began to educate myself on the space to find out what blockchain actually was, what, all these terms that I was hearing, like what they actually meant. And so that began to be a benefit. I picked out some great projects that are still in the space now, and I began to hone my specialization in DeFi. So around 2018, I would say, as DeFi is starting to come out, I am learning more about that and beginning to build my platform, which became Bank for Self, which is a platform that I'm building that is going to educate on the foundation of decentralized finance, not necessarily how to trade, but understanding what DeFi is and the benefits that it offers to individuals. That's how I end up getting to ETH Denver. I was on a few projects before. Last year, I volunteered to be a mentor. I was also a crew lead, so I was kind of working behind the scenes while also mentoring. This year, I decided to come back and focus more on mentoring, and that's where I met you guys, BLI, Maddie, who I already knew in the space. And then I was just interested in what you guys were building at that time. And so it was just great to see you guys come together and put a project together in such a short amount of time and actually watch it go from ideation to creation. And then you guys stepping on stage and being able to showcase it. That was the highlight for me, definitely.
Well, both you, Sounds, as well as Stephen, and everyone else was, a great mentor for us as we were kind of, going through this. Matt has been in many a hackathon, and Build, so he also was a great mentor and guidance as well. Matt, I'm going to leave you for last, but I see Tyler's, so I'm going to read that. Okay, Tyler, thank you so much for typing it in. And Tyler says that he's a freelance full stack developer. And prior to this, don't ask me now, but prior to this, I would not even know what the term full stack was. Now I'm a little bit more knowledgeable. I like to build tools for users and developers to make their experience a little easier. And this was my second time at ETH Denver. My first time actually completing a hackathon. And I found it fun and a great experience by finding a team with people that I didn't really know, but now you know us, and it was definitely fun. Was fully understanding how to interact with our on-chain data, as well as being able to connect to a wallet, to a dApp, etc. Have fun team energy with everyone else, adding ideas and doing bounty hunts was very cool to see. It was. I mean, those were all the different things that I had really, I was very green going in thinking, what a hackathon was. And now I have a little bit more knowledge. I'm still green. Matt, you want to share your experience with the hackathon and the build?
Sure. Yeah, can you hear me?
Mhm.
Great. So, yeah, I work with, just for background, I guess, I work with Jackie recently with the Blockchain Legal Institute. And I know I know everyone on this call, a couple new friends. Some of you I've definitely, traveled or seen at different events here and there. A lot of good learning experiences in this ETH Denver conference, and as usual, a lot of good like friendships and good life. So happy for that. I think I'm always interested in pursuing our our interests together with my hackathon buddies. So happy to have everybody here to do that, and then looking forward to the next time we all get together.
Yeah, so I guess the question is for everyone. We did a lot with ViceRoll. I mean, we figured out how to make it work, spin, and how to have the COPE tokens kind of go into a public DAO, and then that whole area. What does everyone want to do with ViceRoll? I'm curious. Do you want to continue it? Do you want to kind of expand on it? Do you want to switch projects? How do we keep the momentum up now that, because we do have a good team, so I'm open to everyone kind of chatting. Part of this even though I still have the recording on, part of it might get edited out, but I want to at least be able to have the conversation in case we have to kind of go back to it. What's everyone's thoughts?
I think it's definitely worth making a final product and putting it out there. Let's see what it does.
How do we do that? And how do we do it with or without licensing?
Okay. That's the question I can't answer.
Well, I guess what else is needed? I mean, our tech people will know what else is needed because I don't know what to make it more live or marketable. I mean, what's needed next?
Well, I'm not necessarily tech, I wouldn't say, but I will say this. What if you just did that? What if you created a product and then licensed it out to someone? Because there are a lot of projects right now, again, in the DeFi space that are either utilizing some type of system like that or wanting to utilize a system like that. And if you already built a component for them, they don't have to do that. You can just license that out, and then you don't have to, create a product and license it yourself.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. It's sort of like white labeling something. Matt, what are your thoughts?
I think that there's opportunity to provide a product to the ecosystem as a casual game that can collect tokens into a DAO. It doesn't need to be called, any like other things other than casual gaming. They can collect tokens into a DAO that can be voted on. So if the contracts are pretty good, the DAOs themselves could use them. So the DAO itself could use it as its own little, you call it like a buyback mechanism. I think it's interesting.
Okay. I know that, let's see, Tyler, you just put something new in the chat. You said better front end, more smooth transitions, better contract events, maybe to do communications. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Tyler on that one. I think we need to clean up the front end a little bit to make it maybe even actually bring in the full app rotating and all that, and just to make sure the front end is looking flush. That's one of the pieces that's missing for me for it to go online and actually be a product that we share with people.
So are we thinking that we're going to be creating this as a template then that we can market to different organizations?
I don't know.
That's one idea, I guess. I was thinking when we were talking about licensing, that was just one idea I had. But of course, finishing the actual like demo, yeah, is the first piece, and then we can have our cool biz dev people like Clara and Jockey work on it. Provide us with a brief on the market opportunity.
I like that idea. Stephen said, and server infrastructure. Okay. So if where is all this housed right now? Is it, we have the website,
Yeah, so we have all the pieces connected. We have code sitting on GitHub. We have apps sitting on Vercel, domain pointing to it. So SSL's running. So that piece is kind of already operational.
what
What
was
else?
that?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was it that we stopped paying for? Because I remember I saw a message in one of our groups that we were going to stop paying for something. Stephen, what was it? I think you had, someone had said something. Also, Stephen wrote, AKA, are we selling it as a SaaS? I don't know, are we?
I don't think we could sell it. That's a little harder than maybe just getting it up online. And if it can be used to get tokens into a DAO, that is pretty interesting. Something like that, because you could play the game with other tokens other than what's it called? ETH, test ETH. You know, you can play the game with like your own. Nice. Yeah, you can pay the game with your own token. Doesn't have to be what were we on? Girly? Oh, Sepolia ETH. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You know, it can just take other tokens. And so, and then it can make, you know, it could do like its own little deck stuff. That's a little far ahead, but it is cool to think that we could take other, you know, use it as, like I said, like a buyback, like an accumulation game. Accumulation games. It needs a cool new name, like a whole new category. Accumulation game. Anyway,
What
could
do
be
you
cool.
guys? What's the appetite on kind of increasing like scaling this a little more and possibly adding a couple different games into it? So maybe roulette is one of them. Then you swipe to a tic-tac-toe, swipe to some other easy game, right? So it becomes like a plug and play of different plethora of games. Kind of becomes its own gaming app.
Swiping to a new game is cool. I don't know if people do that, but that sounds cool. Or
I mean, more
swiping
like you log in and there's several games to choose from, and every game is
Yeah.
like, I don't know, one token or something.
Yeah, but swiping to a new game is hot. That's actually pretty awesome. Along with some entertainment in between, you know, a little like story in the game.
It sounds a little complicated to me, but I know guys are techie, so it's probably going to be easier than it seems. Okay, so if we're going to be doing this, does that mean that we need to be, do we need to meet consistently just to kind of scope this out? Or how are we gonna accomplish this? Because obviously we created a foundation for our working model while we were at ETH Denver, but now we're in different locations, which is fine. So what's a good plan for, there's a lot of different ways to share information, ideas.
Kind of gonna jump back to Tyler's mention of the better front end, and I think that's one of the pieces that I could take on until next time we meet and kind of figure out how to make it better. And that's probably going to be one of the initial pieces that need to be solved, anyways. So if that could be a point of focus, maybe for me at least, I can be helpful in that area.
So and Matt, you and I had talked about this before. How do we make money from this as a group?
Well, it would go in, you know, it would go in if it was going to make money, it would go into like a DAO fund or a multi-sig or something that we all manage. That's all. And whether or not it makes money or not, I don't know. If it's on, you know, if it's something like on Solana or on a blockchain that doesn't cost much money and the gameplay is fun, people like, maybe it's like memed out, you know, or there's little memes on the spinning wheel or something. I don't really know how we can make money with it, but you know, it'd have to be done correctly, whatever it was. So there's other things like, you know, having a good team like this, we can make, you know, we can make tokens, we can make collections of NFTs, we can do different kinds of business together. Of course, we can develop fun apps and do hackathons. But I think, you know, if we all want to, we should get like the whole idea in place before we even ask anyone to like do anything on the front end. We can just have a whole like plan in place. You know, Jackie, we can ask ChatGPT to make a business plan. Good idea, right? Yeah, so there you go. Clara said that Web3 Lottery is a nonprofit. So it would have to have all of that stuff in place for us to see like a path forward, really. Otherwise, we would just do casual gaming. We would do it a little bit more not to make money in the way like we would think of it now. You know, other things is it could have a token. You know, it could have its own token that we wouldn't even need money. It would just need liquidity. That's very interesting.
Okay, so maybe do you think that we should do like a collective Google Doc where everyone does a brain drop of ideas and then we come back and meet like in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, or what's the everyone's working on different projects. What do you think the next time we should meet based upon our schedules and stuff? Ideas.
I like that. Can we put those ideas into DAO and vote on them with our Cove tokens?
How often do you think that we should set up a date for, like, 3 to 4 weeks from now? Or what are your thoughts? Claire, are you gonna be in China then? Sans, Tyler, Matt, what are your thoughts about? Tyler says 2 weeks. She says-
Yeah, we can just do two, everyone needs to chill. We just, putting the business on the table is all very interesting. We should do a call in 2 weeks, and we should talk about the next times we can all meet up, and we can have something together from like the business side and research. That would be fun. And 2 weeks is good.
All right, so I will, I'll send out an invite to everyone in 2 weeks' time. Anyone else have any other questions or ideas? Otherwise, I think that we are good for today, and we did a great share, and I'll do an edit and then I'll share this out. And once I do the edit, I'm going to be sharing on social media, so I'll connect you so that way you can see where you are, and also make sure that I have all your social media links too, so I can, if people want to reach out to you, I can include them in the blog that will be below what we're doing, so people know how to reach out to you to kind of hire you guys and connect with your projects. Sound good? All right,
Sounds
everyone.
great.
It was good to see you, Sans, Clara, Tyler, feel better, Stephen, great to see you, Fod, and Matt. I'm going to close the Zoom so that way I can drop the video, and then I will connect with everyone later. Have a great one. Bye, guys.
See you, everyone.
Bye. Thanks.